Do you think in today's day and age of the digital media that has come in, especially with AI stepping in, is it going to affect your business too? Are you planning to imply or import artificial intelligence into your world?
I don't see it as a threat to humans, but I think it will uplift and make us want to go one notch up. I think there's always, that's how the evolution works, right?
What do you think is the reason behind people starting off something and then not being able to pull it through till the end?
Every entrepreneur has a different DNA activated in them. You just have to nurture that. You can't teach opportunists that no, now you have to be a specialist, right? Mm-hmm. You can't ask an innovator to write a business plan.
Yeah.
So, and that's how the founder-co-founder relationship works.
Did you ever wanted to be somebody else rather than this?
तो मुझे यही था कि मारवाड़ी family है, they are going to send me off very soon. So I thought that I will join my husband's business, but luckily this accidental, serendipitous incident, and then it turned me into what I am today.
No society can flourish until the women of that society prosper. And gone are the days when they used to say, behind every successful man stands a woman. Well, in today's day and age, a woman does not need anybody else to prosper. And you don't need to play masculine to play a strong woman. And one such woman, one such lady is here with me today who's leading and showing us the way. We have with us today on the Entrepreneurs Podcast, SHANU MEHTA, co-founder of MMC Convert. Welcome to the show. Clearly, I know very little about your industry. Tell me more about MMC Convert and what do you guys do and how long have you been doing it?
So it's been 10 years, a decade almost. If I say more about it, you will actually figure out my real age. So I'm not going to do that. But it's been over a decade. Mm-hmm. What MMC Convert does is, it's a very non-glamorous and boring job. But
looking at you, it doesn't look like anything which is non-glamorous.
But people are making money in boring jobs. I'm happy.
You bring in the glamour in your industry, clearly.
So what we do is that we migrate data from one accounting software to another. We do it globally. We are partners with major accounting giants like Untold, QuickBooks, Xero, Zoho. Zoho is Indian software. FreshBooks, a Canadian company, MYOB, Reckon. So all these are accounting software giants in their respective country. And what we do is we do migration when people want to move, small, medium want to move from one platform to that.
Mm-hmm. And did you always know that you were going to be doing this thing? Was ever another industry on your mind? Did you ever want to be somebody else rather than this?
No, I'll give you a little bit of background. We call ourselves, Ankit and I, my founder and I, he's my partner also, we call ourselves accidental entrepreneurs. What happened was, I was 21 years old. I got married pretty early. We were on a honeymoon to New Zealand. Mm-hmm. And we went to a small town called Hawke's Bay.
Okay.
And Ankit and I, we were riding this cable car from one mountain to another. And there was this one guy who was with us in the cable car and was yelling at top of his voice. And we were eavesdropping, but yeah.
Even if you didn't, you would have caught it.
Yeah. So because it was a small space, he was yelling at top of his voice and he said some word like debit. And Ankit, my husband, is a chartered accountant. So you know what happens to chartered accountant when they hear such accounting terms. So after he finished his call, we told him that we heard what he was saying. And I think we understand slightly that it was about accounting. So he said, I run an accounting software. I founded it. He was a software developer and a founder of this company. And said there is a major bug in my accounting software. Debit credit ho raha hai or credit debit ho raha hai. It's a huge accounting issue. Like if people are...
Of course, that's it. Dukaan band ho jayegi.
हाँ, तो Ankit ने उसको एक solution दिया. I, being a computer science engineer, I could, understand that how the code can be written to fix this bug. आपको N2-1 करना है हर जगह instrument. And we suggested this. The story could have ended there, right? Like we could have happily gone back to our honeymoon. But then this guy, he stopped this after the call because he called those tech guys in his office and the solution literally worked. In 15 minutes, he came running to us and said that you guys seem very jugaru, like in his own language. Yeah. The founder name was Rod Drury. He was founder of this company called Xero. Mm-hmm. At that time, it was a small fledgling company, but now they have 10 million customers.
Wow.
So he said that my software is amazing. Mm-hmm. It's a cloud accounting software, but people do not want to leave their legacy software behind because it has tons of data.
Yep.
So if you could do something which could make this resistance go away, I think I'd be very happy. So we came back to India. We started the manual process first. What we did was we took the chunk of data from the legacy software, started doing it manually. It took us 15 days. And then we thought that there should be a better way to do this. We wrote code, we worked, reiterated. We could do it in 72 hours.
Wow.
When we gave that solution, he was super duper happy, and that's how our company was.
And he was your first client.
He was our first client. Yeah.
And you randomly ran into him.
We ran into it on our honeymoon. So.
Hey, that is another thing which I wanted to discuss upon. Generally, couples go on their honeymoons and they are, वो किसी और पे ध्यान नहीं जाता उनका एक दूसरे के अलावा. ये दोनों हनीमून पर गए थे और वहाँ पर भी धंधा चल रहा था इनके दिमाग में.
We were just very young, यार. उस वक्त ऐसा लगता है बस कोई प्रॉब्लम दे दे और आपको सॉल्व करनी है.
That's one thing. That's the attitude, I think, which is the differentiator between a regular businessman and an entrepreneur, where you are looking
Exactly.
for such a situation. People generally don't look for problems. They're like, जो चल रहा है वो ठीक है.
हाँ.
मेरे ख्याल से, as an entrepreneur, you look out for places where there is a problem,
Yeah.
so that you can go ahead and solve it. Like you and I could go back a long way.
Yeah, I mean, it was an arranged marriage setup, but we courted each other for 1.5 years. So, yeah, I mean, now we've been married for 16 years.
This is a match made in heaven.
I want to feel so.
Yeah, totally. And but let's go back a little bit for you in your life, Neemach.
No, yeah.
It's one of my favorite places too. And I told her why. I'm from Indore, and I have strong connections with Neemach also. When you were growing up in Neemach, did you ever believe in yourself that, somewhere in the future, from a small little town, from a small city, this girl will grow into an entrepreneur the way you've turned into today?
So I had been an above average student. You won't believe, my 10th maybe 78%, 12th maybe 78%, college maybe 78%. So very consistently above average student.
इसको above average नहीं बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं हमारे.
I mean, girls, how like 95, 99 is...
That is one thing. You girls always set your benchmark too high.
Yeah.
हम लोग तो first division में 60% में खुश हो जाया करते थे. But 78 is good.
So above average, because of course I had a lot of other boys and girls who were doing much better than me. Then I went to do my engineering. वहाँ पर I felt there were a lot of girls from Delhi. वहाँ पर first time मुझे वो insecurity feel हुई कि I'm coming from a small town and what they are bringing on table is cool, and probably how I say, how I pronounce things, how I talk is not so cool. That's the first time you feel when you go out and
Felt that, yeah.
I felt that. And
Which place was this?
this was Lakshman. It was, although a very small town, very close to Delhi, but it was flourishing, and it was there was some, imagine, 6,000 girls in that campus, and most of them from Delhi.
Oh, Delhi wali, हाँ. Delhi wali.
Yeah, fair complexion, skin, and that, cool. And it had a style at that point in time, like Delhi girls were. So that time I felt it. No, मुझे यही था कि मारवाड़ी family है. They are going to send me off very soon. And of course, I got married at 21. So I thought that maybe, my life will be, I will join my husband's business or my father-in-law's business. But luckily, this accidental, serendipitous incident, it turned me into what I am today.
That's brilliant. You visit Neemach again? Do you keep going back?
Yeah, of course. I go every second month. I go for 2-3 days.
How's Neemach now? Has it changed since the time you left that place?
Oh, you feel that fresh air. It's so Neemach, it's a cantonment. Yes. It's very clean. It's people are very nice. Now I know the reason that why you like Neemach, so I'm not going to say it, but you can vouch. The people are amazing there.
This is one thing about us when we say the small town people, and we were just discussing it before we actually went ahead and started rolling this podcast, that अब बड़े शहर वाले हमें उस नज़र से नहीं देखते. In fact, now they kind of look at us and feel that they are bringing something onto the table which they don't.
Exactly.
And because we have a strong connect with people, because that's how we grew up. You think that is a skill set that has helped you in your life too?
Definitely. Even in the movies, you see like a lot of movies are being made from small town. And I feel the skill set can vary. Even like, people from Bombay, Delhi or metropolitan cities, they have a different, they have great exposure. But I think what small town people have is that ability to turn things, turn the constraints and limitations and find out the best possible way to put forward their strength. I think this is very particular to
Totally agree. Shanu, how easy or how tough was it to convince your clients, the big clients, and you're working with some big names now, to not only take you seriously, but also at the same time give you business, because it was something new, it's something fresh that you guys brought onto the table.
There are only 3 more companies globally who are doing what we are doing. Xero, I told you, that was our first client. That was our a big giant that we landed. But how your first love and first customer, you hold on to them so tightly, right? So what happened was we were so tunnel vision with Xero that we were attending every conference Xero was hosting throughout the world. We were kind of, now on the hindsight, what I feel is that we were actually obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah.
And
sometimes you have to.
We have to be. But I think we took it a bit too far. So what happened was we kept doing migrations to Xero. And suddenly we found out that there was a competitor who sprung up from nowhere. He was from Australia because Xero is a New Zealand-based company. So proximity and familiarity. And Xero gave the big migration contract to them. And we were on the sidelines and we didn't know what hit us because our entire business was, taken away and given to this particular competitor. It was a setback. What we did was we kept doing the overflow migrations, that anything complex, if that partner cannot do, we will do it. We kept doing it for 2 years. We started collecting reviews from every customer on Xero platform. And one day, I told you about QuickBooks, that they are a partner. So one day we get a call from Megan Wood. She was the partnership head from QuickBooks, which is 10 times the size of Xero. She called us and said that we read those reviews on Xero platform. We want to give you a pilot project to try. And then we did 15 migrations pilot project. They loved our work and they said that, okay, now we are going to do a partnership agreement, like how that company has with Xero. So this is how one partnership happened. So when we have Giant as a customer, then I think a lot of filtering, a lot of credibility goes just by the word of them, and that's how the other software is.
So consistency mattered for you too.
And the reviews. Talking to your customer and asking them to be your brand ambassador, nothing works like that.
Yeah, true that. And this is it's not a new age phenomena, but I'm so glad that entrepreneurs are paying attention to not only their clients, but also the end user in a way. And do you think in today's day and age of the digital media that has come in, and especially with AI stepping in, is it going to affect your business too? Are you planning to imply or import artificial intelligence into your world?
I think how every business is affected by one very strong phenomenon called capital. The same way you cannot take out the technology from whatever business, the world you are in, creativity. I think there is an input, then there is an output. This processing is entrepreneurship. So if you are actually processing capital, you are in banking industry. If you're processing goods, you are in manufacturing industries. If you're processing human beings, you are into service industry. If you're processing art, like in you're actually into entertainment.
True.
So in the same way, I feel that AI also needs some processing. And if that is done, something really innovative and beautiful can come out of that. And we are trying to achieve the same.
Yeah, but the future definitely belongs to it. And either you be with the change or you be left out.
Yeah, I don't see it as a threat to humans, but I think it will uplift and make us want to go one notch up. Which I think is always, that's how the evolution works, right?
You spoke about insecurities, right?
Yes.
Before we started this conversation. That insecurity is what keeps us away from adapting to something new. And I think that's what one needs to break. And that's what I'm going to take as a takeaway from this conversation.
So
be insecure.
Absolutely. Be insecure. Actually.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. So maybe something that we are considering as a threat can actually work for you. And if you, as it is, when you don't have an option, you have to go with the flow. As they say, when in Rome,
behave like Rome.
What they do. Moving on, tell me something about Artha Sangini, which is your venture. It is a movement by you where you are actually speaking to people and you're you're working towards the upliftment of women in our industry or overall, is it?
Overall. Even globally, we try to do the same. So Earth Sangini, Earth means finance and Sangini means friend. I gave you a little bit background about me. So small town, Marwari family, right? So जो मैंने अपने आसपास देखा है, I have seen amazing women, but I felt that they don't have the power to make decisions.
Yeah.
You know, the financial decisions, especially, even if with their own money or jewelry or anything of that sort. So I understood that the one who earns the money can call the shots, can run the show. Fortunately, unfortunately, it can go both gender or something. But I think I picked up on this particular thing very early on. When I started working, I felt that I got that freedom. Initially you feel it that you're free to do things because you're probably independent from your parents' side. Then you feel probably from your in-laws' side.
True.
Overall, you feel empowered, and in true sense, you don't have to ask permissions to do small things. So I think that empowerment slowly turned a person into a very confident person.
True.
And a confident person can do a lot of socioeconomic change. So what I felt that this financial empowerment, which I felt, I wanted other women to feel it.
Well done.
I'm a faculty of entrepreneurship at IIM Indore. There was this thing that everybody had to do, like all faculties who are teaching that they have to take a social course. I took financial literacy of all those women who are working at IIM, like at the ground level. So we took that workshop. I found that they're earning more than their husbands, but they still don't have any decision-making power. We set up a team. We went to their houses. We did that, project for approximately 6 months. We found out what were the real problems, that why are they not the decision makers? And then I thought, I was enjoying it. My team was enjoying it. So then we formulated it like in a proper way through a not-for-profit called Earth Sangini. And now we are doing it for we've done such camps and entrepreneurship session for over 1,000 women. And it's a very simple aim. Just make them financially independent.
Give me a few case studies which you worked upon and something that you felt like, that I've made a change through this thing.
Okay. So there was this lady, she was a single mother, lower strata of society. She was very insecure, if I may say, like because she had a baby and baby was, she wanted to send him to a good school. But she was like always concerned that I am a single mother. People they look down upon me.
Yep.
Even if I go seek help, they don't, they feel that as if I'm doing something wrong in every walk of life.
Sure.
Then we started, finding out that what her source of income is. We started empowering her with some tools of entrepreneurship. We gave her a machine to create agarbattis, and we did a buyback kind of setup with her. Slowly, it took 3 years for her. She started making some 16,000 a month. And she said that I could actually feel the difference in the attitude of people, even into the small thing as neighbor, like they would not give me they would not invite me or something. No, they started inviting me, and it made a big difference in her mindset. She's like, I feel invited, I feel welcome. And this is only because I'm making a decent amount of money now.
Sweet. That is such a sweet story. And it really makes me think also, SHANU, that we're so fortunate to be actually living in a generation where we can see this change.
Yeah.
You coming from Neemuch, I'm coming from Indore. We've seen what women have gone through.
Yeah.
And also a generation, our previous generation to mine also, would always turn around and say that आज जो women entrepreneurs यहाँ पर बैठे हैं हमारे सामने, या women who are doing such wonders in different parts of the society, this could only be possible because women tried.
Absolutely.
And they pushed for it, and they actually want to make this place equal. What do you think about equal rights when it comes to a society like this? First of all, why is it a privilege? Why isn't it the most obvious way of living life?
No, you don't have to just try and push. You have to ask. You have to grab it with both hands. When we go to few meetings, and I'm not talking about just India. I've seen it in Australia and Europe also. Like, if Ankit and I are sitting and somebody's talking business, when they talk about other things, they look at me. But when they talk about finance or some decision like how much are you going to quote, they look at Ankit. And I was shocked, like, it's not just happening in India, it's happening in Dubai. I also can make financial decision. I can say what you're quoting. So this particular mindset shift is required globally, that for finance or for anything, you don't have to look at the men. You can also talk to women. And this mindset, I think, because, while growing up, they've not probably seen their mother in that way. But now the next generation, they're not going to face.
There you go. It's changing as we speak.
Yeah, my baby is not going to look at just men for a financial decision. He will also look at women because he has seen that.
You make us proud, Shanu. Well done on that. With every statement that you've said, it's going to stay back with me. And you were speaking about going global. World Economic Forum happened. What was that? How was that as an experience?
Oh, it was brilliant. I think nothing like I've...
When was that?
It was in 2021, just before the COVID. And we did it successively for 2 years. And it was amazing. Like how you're sitting here, like both of us are talking, you would see all the world leaders are in the same room, they're having coffee, and you feel like, and somebody say hi, you're like, oh my God, I've seen you in UN. And the New Zealand Prime Minister, like Rod Drury,
Yes.
I take him in high regard because he was our first customer. He was speaking so highly of a New Zealand Prime Minister, Lady Helen or something. And she was just like next to me and she was asking, oh, you worked in New Zealand. You just can't believe those things. Davos is...
When you actually go out there, when you're exposed to such world climate, world people, world business, it changes the mindset for us also, doesn't it?
It does. And, when you're going to such platform, you're just not representing you or your company. I somewhere feel that people see that India is a land of challenges. But if you are there, it's a testimony that you can innovate also, you can give solutions also. And, people don't see that, okay, I think आपने कोई एक challenge लिया होगा, उसको solve कर दिया होगा, बस उतनी ही journey. And now people see that there's a collective pride in Indian entrepreneurs. There's so many unicorns here. There's so many good entrepreneurs, even in Silicon Valley. People see, they know Bangalore, they know Hyderabad. There's a long way, but I think they will also know Indore very soon. But what I feel is that there's a collective pride now as an Indian entrepreneur. You feel when you go to such platforms, when they see that now you're not coming from a place of problem, you're coming from a place of solution. That gives me immense pleasure.
I absolutely agree with you there. In fact, a lot of youngsters or a lot of people who would like to make a mark and they know that they are talented, but they're again insecure. There's this little bit of self-doubt that they have. And you've been dealing with students also. What kind of advice do you give to such students or such young entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs, if I'd like to say?
I mostly, stress upon two things. As you rightly said, we all are riding on tiny boats of self-doubt. I have not met a single person. If you do a long conversation or a little deeper conversation, you will find that they are also riding on a tiny boat of self-doubt. Nowadays, I've been doing this for last 7 years, and all the IIM students and the other colleges that I've been to, everybody is trying to innovate. Everybody thinks that we'll find a solution like that has never existed before. And they think that previous things are obsolete. So there's this phenomena called Chesterton fence, which says that if a fence is there, somebody has put it. First, find out the reason that why it is there. Don't just think that every solution that is, old is obsolete. So don't try to reinvent the wheel. Probably find that if you may innovate and find a better solution, like migration people have been migrating data from one platform, like through hands, through Excel, through, workbooks and all. But try and find out why they are doing that. What is the resistance? And then innovate. Just don't rush.
That's true. That's true. And in fact, when you rush, you will run into a roadblock somewhere or the other. But when we speak of startups, and especially I'd like to take your suggestion on the same, you've seen a lot of startups, you've seen a lot of people, step into some new business, but then fail after one point of time. How do you see the startup industry in India, and what do you think is the reason behind people starting off something and then not being able to pull it through till the end?
So, if you see the success ratio, it's been 5%. Okay, अभी 50 साल पहले भी इतना ही था और अभी भी इतना ही है. जबकि now we have so many resources, so many capital funds that are flowing, so many books that you can read, but still, why the success ratio is just 5%? I feel that entrepreneurs have. I mean, I call you as an entrepreneur. You're processing creativity. All entrepreneurs have a DNA. Right? Some are builders, who are they start one company after the other and, they scale it up to a crazy height. Then they leave that company, they start another. So few are builders, few are opportunists. By opportunist, I mean, few are salespeople. Sales is great. Few are innovators, like Mark Zuckerberg. And we saw that movie Social Network. If you see, you feel he's an innovator. He's not worried about writing a business plan, finding an investor. He just wants to innovate. And then there are some specialist people who spend their entire life in one industry. They train there, they work there, they spend like 20 years in the industry and they ace it, right? So what I feel is that every MBA course, they try that one book, one rule fits everybody. But I think every entrepreneur has a different DNA activated in them. You just have to nurture that. You can't teach opportunists that, no, now you have to be a specialist, right? You can't ask an innovator to write a business plan.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's how the founder-co-founder relationship works. So, I personally feel that when people embrace that this is my strength, this is my weakness, I have to find somebody to complement, things will work. But in India, we are a little slow to acknowledge and accept our weakness. We are like, we are going to be persistent, we are going to be focused, we are going to spend 20 years into the same thing, and then let's see what happens. Who has so much time now?
Yeah, that's true. One life, and you need to be sure of what you're doing. There was ever performing arts in your DNA? Did you ever feel like you could be someone else or maybe somebody who could be in the entertainment field? Did you ever want to be in front of the camera?
No, I had been a very shy person. I am still I'm an introverted person. My friends and everybody, they know me as ambivert. Like how we are talking, I can go on for hours, but in a group, I would just go silent, shut myself. So I never thought of that. I mean,
are you a film buff? Do you watch entertainment?
Buff. Totally Bollywood buff. I mean, all my life I've just watched Bollywood movies. Now I watch a lot of other American shows and everything, but a complete movie buff.
So, which is that one movie that you can watch again and again and again?
Andaz Apna Apna is one.
Did you know Andaz Apna Apna, while it was being shot, none of the actors were on talking terms?
Oh.
And yet that movie turned into what it turned into.
So people who can't stand each other, they can make things work. Like that's why so many marriages work.
Now that's the reason why you should be hosting your own podcast, which you do, by the way, also. How's that as an experience, by the way?
Trying. Sangini needs some sort of branding. That's what I realized, because I can only take it so far on my own. So now we are trying to host some prominent people and learn their choices. So let's see how it goes.
Super. Well, she's not going to be an actress, ladies and gentlemen. She's clearly said no. But if there are any directors who are watching right now, and if they can dare to afford her, because she has her own business, and it's rare that she would actually take that. But who is that one actor who you won't be able to refuse if they get a chance to cast you opposite him?
Well, I think Benedict Cumberbatch.
Even I wouldn't be able to refuse that, man. He's so cool.
No, I'm going beyond myself. But
And within India, within Bollywood?
I think that should be Ranbir Kapoor.
He's doing well.
He is.
In fact, now that we've started asking these questions, I have a couple of rapid fires with you too. Tell me that one tool you can't live without.
Zero. I mean, that's where I do my accounting. I'm telling you, first love, first customer, you get obsessed with them.
There you go. Now, there's a brand pitch anytime, every time. Your morning routine in 3 words.
Coffee, hustle, just dive straight to the point, and win. I need one small or big win every day.
That's wonderful. A woman entrepreneur who inspires you?
She's not an entrepreneur, but I love Indra Nui. She's the clarity she has is mind-blowing.
Yeah, I was about to mention her also when we were speaking about women who have made an impact. Who are the other women who you really look up to as, once again, they might not be entrepreneurs, but women who've made a difference in your life, beyond people who you know personally?
Okay, so there's this, I mean, I was in 8th grade. I told you just before the conversation, I studied in a convent and we called them sister.
Yes, of course.
She was teaching me English and she was super harsh on me. Like, I think I would do decently well. I used to try, but she used to always give me like just 1 mark above the passing thing. I asked her that, one day I got frustrated and I asked her that, why you so harsh with me? And she said a very profound thing. I mean, we might have to cut this out of this because she said that your beauty or the way you look should be your second best asset. And I don't think you get that. So that was profound for me. And she made it.
This should definitely be a part of this podcast because
No, I don't.
That's a very strong statement and you're absolutely right. And I'd agree with you, Shanu, on these things. And most of the time, sometimes how we are perceived from the outside surpasses what we are from the inside and surpasses even what we are capable of.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to speak to that sister again?
I found her in Lucknow, like after, and I feel ashamed that I took really long to do that. But after, I felt that this particular statement has shaped my personality. Just like a couple of years ago, I found her in Lucknow and then I met her.
Well done.
But she is the one who has impacted my personality.
And are you in touch with your old friends?
Yeah.
Are they proud of you? Do they, it's like meeting your old childhood friends?
All of them have done exceptionally. As I was saying, small town people have that fire,
totally.
and insecurity, which they turn into something beautiful. So all of them have done exceptionally well, and I'm very proud of all of them.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. Lastly, your definition of success, if you'd like to say.
Success, I feel, is the ability to endure failures. If you can endure failure, great. If you can, get inner peace also, you can make meaningful relationships then.
And if I ask you, what's your mantra in life?
Hustle and get straight to the point.
Get straight to the point and never drop the hustle. Shanu Mehta, it was an absolute pleasure speaking with you. And may you continue to inspire not only women, men, all of us alike, and continue to do the wonderful work. But do give a thought if you ever get a chance to, get Benedict and get that one film together. It'll be good to see you in front of the camera.
That's very kind of you. Thank you for asking such wonderful questions. I think without such wonderful question, the answer would not make sense.
I'm glad. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.